Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe. Look at that bearded man. Not you, Rick, the other bearded man on the screen.
You know, Dan, that he has to be the world's most interesting man, right?
He is. Yes, definitely.
Jimmy Wolfe. Jimmy, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Rick, you look like you just woke up from like a 20-year nap, like a Rip Van Winkle, a.k.a. one of my sermons.
That's it's okay if you want to use my picture on your next sermon.
Yeah, either that or a liquor bottle.
That's one of the reasons why we keep asking you back, because you're a very, very funny man. I enjoy your humor so much. And you're not just a pretty face. You've got a wonderful family. And you've even got a brain, so it's all packed into one. Well, let's catch up with you, Melissa and the kids. Good, everybody good?
Yeah, everybody's really good. Melissa went back to school, and my three youngest all went back to elementary school a week or so ago. And then I've got two. My second oldest child is going to college for the first time here in a week or so. So I have two at college and three in the house, and. This time last year we had 9 kids.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
It's like we thought kids were like toilet paper last year. We stocked up. And then we figured out, then we figured out we didn't need them as much. We got rid of some and kept some. So.
Oh man.
So now you have. You just mentioned you have 2 in college at the same time, and then after having 9 kids and all the things you guys have done, and thank you for taking in foster kids and loving them and caring for them. Is it easier now to now that you have 2, in the sense of that, okay, well, that's what they do. When your first kid goes off, at least, well, for some people, Dan handled his pretty well. And he's getting ready to have 2 in college again. Dan, what's the matter with you? Huh?
I know.
But does it get easier now? Is it just, well, that's life? They go on and they grow, and they go to college, etc. Has it been easy for you and Melissa?
I wish. I think it's gonna be harder this time. When Samantha left a year or 2 ago, I guess, she's always been pretty independent, and she felt like she left long before she actually left. But Emily leaving has been a little bit more of a homebody, and I think we'll feel it a little bit more because we won't have them to help take care of the kids.
Yeah.
So thankfully they're not going too far away, and I think we'll experience more of a loss when Emily leaves. So it'll be hard. Yeah. Now the other 3, if they decide they wanted to go to school early tomorrow, I'd be happy. Be a lot quieter.
Is that what the box of tissues behind you is for? Is for when the middle one leaves and then everybody
I didn't even notice those tissues. Yeah.
Jimmy Wolfe on the show with us. A couple of things, Jimmy. Want to talk a little bit about when was the last message you had at the community church? Was it Easter, or did you have one since?
I preached a series there in June on Moses, right? And a 3-part series, and then I'm actually preaching there again this Sunday at Woodstock Community Church, and they're going through the book of Philippians, so we'll be looking at the last half of Philippians chapter 3.
Now, why didn't you call me when you did the series on Moses? I think I could have stood in and just held a staff and just said, let my people go.
You could have parted a glass of water and everything. It would have been awesome.
Next time. Will you do that?
Yeah, next time. I'll pray about it, and I'll let you know.
Well, if you're doing Philippians, you can be Paul. I mean, Paul probably had a beard too. So
there you go.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Ken Kington would ask me to do that. That he wouldn't even pray about it. He'd just do it.
Well, Ken Kington's kind of a prop pack. He's kind of like the carrot top of preaching. He needs a prop because he has no content.
So, the carrot top of preaching.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Actually, I'm not even working on my sermon. I've been cutting out cardboard figures so I can put in the audience. So just like the baseball.
So it looks like a full audience in there.
Yeah,
some with their hands up, and that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll have Donald Trump, and we'll have Joe Biden at service. We'll see.
Jimmy Wolfe. So how can people hear your messages? Are they online somewhere? Are they videoed?
Yeah, I think they're doing a live feed at Woodstock Community there, and then if you want to show up, they're open for that and taking all the precautions. And then afterwards, I guess there's always access to the sermons through the website, which is Woodstock Community Church. I would Google that, and it's great if you have insomnia. It's always the best cure.
Now, not to get like super spiritual and everything, but what is it about the end of Philippians that you're really going to hone in on? Where he's talking about pressing on towards the goal. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, that's a great question, Dan. It's only Monday morning, though. I still got.
We're trying to help you with sermon prep here. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to be Googling. Saturday night I'll be Googling. Actually, I've been studying a little bit this morning. It's the last half where after Paul has talked about that he puts no confidence in the flesh. That's the beginning of Philippians chapter 3. He puts no confidence in the flesh. And then he kind of makes and then he wants to know Christ, the power of his resurrection, and sharing in the sufferings. And the last half of the chapter, he just says, "I've got one goal, and that's to lay hold of that for which Christ has laid hold of me." And he says, "I'm pressing on." It's just really inspiring words from Paul at the end of chapter 3.
Yeah.
How have you in your personal life pressed on? You think? I mean, obviously, with the challenge of. And I don't mean this in a negative sense, but when you take in foster kids and you've got your own kids and you've got life and you've got COVID and you've got economy, how have you managed to just continue to press on?
Sometimes it feels like all you're doing is pressing on because life's a lot harder. When I began my faith journey back in middle school and being part of a big youth group, I had kind of aspirations for what my life and my career would be, and life just really ends up being like that. So experience a lot of failure and a lot of hurt and a lot of pain in your life. That idea of pressing on, just keep moving forward one step at a time, and knowing how much God loves you and that He holds the future, and even when life is not happening the way you want it to, because He is my life. And because he loves me unconditionally, that gives me the energy to step forward and just keep on going, even when life is hard and people haven't treated you well and things aren't fair. Just to cling to the love, the unending, unearned love of God will help you have the energy to press on and keep moving forward.
That's so good, Jimmy.
So, Jimmy, when are you going to be author Jimmy Wolfe and write a book about all of this?
It'll be a pop-up book. Yeah.
That's my kind of book, man. That's my favorite one.
Scratch a sniff. Yeah.
Scratch a sniff. If I can color in it, maybe that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we're going to be a part of it, right? I mean, we're very, very close.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll definitely be a part of it. Yeah.
The chapter right behind Ken Kington.
Yeah, do the centerfold.
The centerfold.
I'm actually, Ken has a book he wrote a long time ago on singlehood, and I'm in that book.
Oh, you
really?
Oh yeah. You have to get him to bring it out sometime. He published a letter that I wrote back when I was single, and yeah. I don't know if I want that public or not. But,
well, it's interesting because we're going to talk to Ken in just a little while. So if it's okay, we'll bring that up.
Bring it up.
Okay. And hopefully he'll want to talk about it.
It's in his Superman book, whatever that's called, Superman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
That's his biography, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's that book.
Well, no, Superman was Jimmy. He was the Superman.
Is that the book where he talks about how he was born a Wonder Woman, but then transitioned to a Superman?
That's a completely different book.
That's a different. Yeah.
That one's not available on this market. No.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to read the book, wait for the movie because it is.
It'll be interesting.
Very, very safe. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, the last time that we were going to get together, and one of your girls was sick, and you had to, of course, take him to the doctor, and we're glad that she's better. But I had a list here. I didn't realize that we knew the same folks. This is interesting. Mutual friends. Let me read some of these off. Some of these, I'm sorry you know them, but I'm just going to read them. Glenn Pearson, Al Holly, Zach Thomas, Mike Stout.
Oh yeah, Mike Stout. Yeah,
everybody knows Mike Stout, don't they? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We used to work with Mike.
Yeah, Mike. I met Mike. Oh man, it's been 10 years now. I have a friend, Wayne Jacobson, who's an author and a podcaster, lives out in California.
Yeah,
and Wayne was coming to the Atlanta area, and Wayne stayed with us for a couple of weeks at our home. And so Wayne just kind of when he goes to a city, he invites anybody who wants to come hang out. And so Mike and Heidi were part of that. And so we loved getting to know him. And we've run into, and we also have Mike and I have mutual friends in the film industry. So I have some friends that own a production studio, and Mike knows them too. And so we'll cross paths every once in a while.
All right.
He's a good guy.
Here's a few more. Listen to this. James Reese, of course, we know from
Jim Reese.
Jimmy Reese.
We used to be at Fellowship Bible Church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I used to be a pastor there.
Ross Wiseman is another one that came up.
Yeah, I live in Cherokee County, and Ross and I met at a coffee shop 15 or 20 years ago when he was meeting there, and he's a good man.
Yeah.
Now listen to this, Dan. This is like 6 degrees of separation. When I lived in a college town in Mississippi, we met a young man then, he's about my age now, probably. His name is John Stroud, and his wife Garvisa. And that name came up of mutual friends with Jimmy Wolfe. How do you know John?
I don't know.
Okay. Apparently he doesn't.
Never mind.
John Stroud. Yeah. The name's just not clicking. You know, sometimes people, I'll preach somewhere, and so I'd have to Google that and see what the connection was and remind and see the face.
Yeah, he was a Baptist pastor, I think, for a while here. I think he's been in Mississippi, and they've just they've ministered all over.
Apparently, he touched Jimmy's life in a deep way.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay. I can't.
I think you owe him money, actually. That's why I brought it up. But Kevin Daly and Crawford Hitt.
Oh, okay. Kevin Daly and I were. I met him through, Craig Bowler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Craig. A few years ago, Craig invited a few people to come and read the book together. And we got together once a week and talked about it early in the morning. And Kevin was part of that group. And then who was the other person? Oh, Crawford Hitt.
Yeah.
Crawford used to follow me around. When I was in my early 20s, I was a youth director at a small church in Marietta, and Crawford and his family was there. And then I left there, was a youth pastor at Grace Community Church in Marietta. And not long after, Crawford showed up there. Now, he wasn't following me, but he just showed up one day and said, "There's Crawford." And then I was at Fellowship Bible Church 6 or 7 years later, and Crawford Hitt was there. So I haven't seen him in quite a while. He's a great man and got a great family.
I used to talk to him every year about what he did for the kids. I guess it was Haiti, do the backpacks. I don't know if he's still doing that. I'd love to talk to him. But
I'd be real surprised if he wasn't, because he's always, he that's a big passion of his. He's a good man.
Yeah, very passionate. Well, listen, we love you. We love you. We love spending time with you. We got to take a break, and Ken's a little more important, so we got to move along.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Ouch.
How
can
folks follow you? What's your address?
My home address
and your phone number.
At King Kington.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, people can find me on Facebook, Jimmy Wolfe, and I have a Twitter handle, but nobody ever follows me on that. That wouldn't be. I never post anything. I just follow people. So I'd love to meet new people.
Follow him on Facebook and check out his messages and show up. Don't be a cardboard cutout. Be the real thing.
Hey,
right. we got to take a break, Jimmy. We'll catch up with you later on. We do love you, seriously. We'll be back.
Thank you, guys.
I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is